Hi everyone, Forever2 here, and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for a new event, and as well as the beginning of the 2.5 year anniversary of Reverse 1999. So I got a bunch of things to show you around here and there. So, from the jukebox, or the War Rain jukebox, we have a new costume for Druvis III. As you can see, it is pretty much Shrouded in Thorns, Deadly Branches, and Ravenlock here. And of course, there's going to be a new event called Showdown in Chinatown. And a new feature for your, I guess, wilderness and outdoors here. And of course, this thing. The Han Zhang's Treasury. Apparently, we got a new collectible as well. And some furniture store as well. And Phase 1 of Fortune's Smile. Which is a bunch of challenges. You have to earn these red envelopes, I believe, in order for you to get, well, rewards if you claim them, I believe. And you can claim more lazy as well. And whatever rewards can drive you here from all the way to Path of Insight, which will let you level up any of your 5-star characters into Insight 3 level 1. And if you get enough points here and there, you'll get probably this little, very animated, I guess, avatar banner, I guess. Then there's the Miracle Mart, which is something new. Now, I noticed in the game that you can customize your suitcase room here and there by either having whatever these things are, or these things here. You can buy this and customize your suitcase background. Then this thing. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like scrapbooks as well. The Sihua Shadows. I'm not sure. It's a travel scrapbook. Only about 888 of these drops, and whatever these are. Not sure, but I think it's probably a new type of skin for your scrapbook when you go to the menu as well. Then for your wilderness, you get this thing, the Dreamscape Draft. It's amusement buildings where your characters can interact with this thing, and it just looks pretty cool though. Then I guess some old costumes are back from certain characters like Charlie here. And then another portrait. Then old awards being here. We got old tickets that you can get from, I guess, challenges here and there. You get Apple wearing an afro and singing a mic like disco or 80s rock here. Then another portrait and more insights and all in all. Yeah, and I got her from a long time ago when there was an old reward as well. Also, new garments are here as well for 3 characters, I believe. I believe one is from a challenge, and I got one garment for free, I believe, when you sign in and collect. I don't know where it was, but unfortunately I do not have Windsong. So let's take a look at each of these garments here. Now this is for Tuesday, which was one of my favorite characters, because she's Texan. And it's all in the style of China, like Asian or China jade stuff, and all. And of course, with these costumes you get different type of animations, entry animations, or ultimate incantation animations. Then this one's from Sotheby as well, her being an alchemist here and there. Right. And I really can't show you all the showcase because it'll take me to a different tab here. But this one unique because it is animated when you're picking the costume as well. And this is for Jiu Nyangshi. Basically my go-to when it comes to mineral arcanist. So let's check it out. Pretty rad, isn't it? Really cool, though. I will not say no to this one as well, but if you are buying crystal drops, I think in somewhere in the market here, you get this for free, which is basically like a discount item. You can lessen the cost if you're using crystal drops. Then Moonbeam Guardian, which is to introduce a new character, Liang Yue, if that's how you pronounce it. and then whip us with the water. Now, I don't know if any other characters are going to be showing up here, and I want to try to summon her one time because I got the item that lets me use the one item to one time. I think this is a 1.5th anniversary. I think it is, but I'm not sure why it's called the 2.5 anniversary. Oh yeah, I think I might have misinterpreted. So let's try to summon her once and see if I get it. Probably not. Probably not, but I got Loggerhead. So who is Loggerhead? Okay, so you all know about Awakened. And she is a movie camera who awakened and got herself a body. So you got yourself a movie camera. She's a healer, defense, and supporter. Wow. Okay. Fourth time's the charm. Alright, let's see if I get her. Alright, you just gotta be a star? No, it's not.
Hi, I am Sotheby. As you can see, I'm an excellent and knowledgeable lady.
Well, maybe not.
That farmer. He actually owns a whole group of bicorns.
Okay, so I may not got Liang Yue, but I did get Sotheby. So that was my attempt to try to get the new character as well. But I might show you another attempt as well, but I'm not sure if I can do it again here and there. So let's go ahead and click on the new event and get on with it.
Cut! More! Hit harder! It has to feel real. Roll again.
Oh god.
What? Not again!
He's already... How many times have you done this?
I've heard you're assisting us with Nightpiercer, our arcanist vigilante.
Yes, sir.
Our suspect is highly unpredictable. Much time.
Director Noah, I heard someone's been stalking you.
Probably just crazy fans. I'm used to it. Now get to makeup. This is an important scene.
About that fire 8 years ago.
Oh?
What happened?
Ooh.
Did you join my cast just to interrogate me?
First, the Nightpiercer case.
Wow.
Now this mass hysteria. If they're trying to bring a movie to life, then the last puzzle piece. The Shahua Parade.
Whoa, what's that?
That's Jingliang, the Xiandao Beast.
So cool, like a big cat. Thanks.
What's your status, 9527?
No sign of the suspect. Over.
Oh, I know that haunted doll.
你慢到啲乜嘢啊？
Yeah, on. Whoa. Aliens.
Wow, what an awesome parade!
Eyes on suspect. Requesting backup.
In the middle of the crowd.
神灵祭出，王有过，斩杀凶器，小劫不降。
That's not part of the movie.
It's the real 桥梁。
Alright. Crazy. So officially, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of Showdown in Chinatown, where we're in Los Angeles, pretty much probably near Chinatown in Hollywood. Basically, okay, I'm starting to like this here. Basically, we're probably solving some sort of vigilante murder mystery while trying to protect and trying to figure out why people are trying to bring a kung fu movie to life. If you guys remember all those old school 70s kung fu films, I enjoyed those when I was watching them as a teenager. Pretty cool though. But we got other stuff as well, like Critter Crash, which is just another feature for your thing here. and I guess a story for the character here and there. Not sure what others are in here as well. So there's the Great Trickster, Notes of Shiori, like a rerun of the old events, anecdote, and whatever the alarm sounds goes to. All right, let's just go on to the main story, shall we? All right, fresh police story. Onward. Ha! I like it when it's like a credits. Cool, huh?
相传商周时期，天地间魑魅魍魉横行，有恶兽为祸人间，令神州萧条，生灵涂炭。
What's voice?
幸有大贤芳香使受天子之托，向12摄提神请愿，得巫武之礼，降服恶兽，收为己用，更名为显道兽。显道兽得摄提神感召，化为驱逐世间诡异、护一方安宁的神兽，得万民敬奉。
I was gonna say something before it does it automatically.
然至唐末时，战乱频起，为受显道兽之传承延续，最后的芳香氏在先去之前，将其分别托付给12镇子，其中。显道兽强梁，壮虎衔蛇，凶悍无匹。得强梁之人，后以兽为名，改姓为梁，世代相承。时至今日，虽说世间已不再有妖魔肆虐，梁家也已不像过去那样风光，但家族上下都始终牢记祖训。
Very good, so I could talk here. So that was pretty cool for a brief history lesson, and we're getting a little bit more lore about Liang Yue, if that's how you pronounce that. Basically, she has a guardian beast that she inherited from her family, I think.
守礼克己，秉公持正，将为世间惩奸除恶视为己任。翻开家谱，每一个名字后面必定都是一个行得端、坐得正、响当当的良家子弟。
Keep in mind, there is no language setting for this one for either game here. It's all got all their languages in here and there and there. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't checked it.
然而，显道兽强梁却已有近100年未曾现身了。直到你，我最引以为傲的女儿，直到你再一次唤醒了强梁，你可知自己肩负着何种重望？
His hand rests on the girl's shoulder, its weight like that of the world.
我知道的，爸爸，你就相信我吧。
She has heard this story 1,000 times, and for years this answer has been engraved in her mind, for it is the only answer she has ever been allowed to give. Strict, I tell you.
I will not fail our family. I will fulfill my destiny as a worthy master of Qiangliang.
Alright, so we're in Los Angeles here, and kind of looks like a division...
Morning, guys. Alright, who wants to hit me with some good news and make my day a little easier?
Okay, so I got... So it's kind of weird. Look at their badges. It's got a little metallic little gecko on it. I can assume that the police division is only for Arcanus-related crimes?
The report on that summoning ritual is done. Seems like the destination was some farm out in the sticks.
Hey, did someone take the pendulum without signing it out? We've only got one to go around.
Everyone in the division of Arcane Affairs is caught up in the chaos of their own work. Too busy to notice the officer who has just stepped in.
Let's try this another way. First 3 of you to give me some good news will earn yourselves a coffee. My treat.
Get ready, D, because what I'm about to tell you next is gonna blow your mind.
Save me a cup. I gotta find our pendulum thief first.
Apparently, it doesn't take much to become the most popular person in the office. But before anyone can earn a steaming cup of joe, an angry shout interrupts them.
Hello? Excuse me? I'm still here.
Probably a shop owner.
I'm a tax-paying citizen. I pay your salary, so why don't you stop gossiping and do your job?
真係上梁不正下梁歪。
He shoots Poitier a glare before stomping his way out of the Division of Arcane Affairs, muttering curses under his breath.
Him again? What's he complaining about this time?
Having brought the missing pendulum back to his place, the officer strides over and grabs a coffee. He shrugs.
Some nonsense about making a mistake while we were out searching for a dog in Chinatown.
A missing pooch? Since when are we the dog patrol?
I know, it's not our job. And then he got all huffy about us being brash and naive. And then I was right back to complaining about the incident last year.
You remember when that rookie saw bruises on a kid and kicked up a whole fuss about child abuse? Turned out it was just some traditional Chinese massage. After they got cleared of the charges, the kid's parents were fuming about it for weeks. But like, come on, it's literally a rookie mistake. He apologized and they forgave him. You'd think that'd be a problem solved, right? But this guy just wouldn't let it go. He's not even related.
Still, must have left a bad taste in his mouth, I guess. I just don't get why he's complaining about it to us. We don't find missing dogs. We find critters.
They exchange a glance, and Poitier lets out a sigh.
Well, at least most folks are friendly. Yeah, well, I was asking for good news. So how about something upbeat?
Sorry, I've got nothing of that particular flavor. Just the opposite.
Let me guess. Our vigilante struck again?
Alright. The officer drops the morning paper in front of her. As her eyes land on the headline, her coffee suddenly smells bitter. Let me read that. It says, "The Vigilante Night Piercer bestows justice to LA streets."
The vigilante Night Piercer bestows justice to LA streets. Ugh, so melodramatic. Who got hit this time?
Some rich varsity boys. They got in the news over some hazing incident that put a teammate into the ICU. But you know how it is. Strings are pulled and all the charges went away.
But get this. All of them were found penned up on the school's fencing this morning. And with those injuries, looks like they can kiss college football goodbye.
That's karma.
Hate to say it, but I gotta side with the vigilante on this one. Those kids were monsters. Still.
We're the police, and crime is crime. Doesn't matter how scummy the victims might be.
Irritated, Poitier tosses the newspaper onto one of the many cold-colored desks around her.
The arcane skill this guy cast, using those needles? It's like he's trying to imitate Detective CO7. What's up with that?
What is Detective CO7?
CO7? Like from the movie series? Don't act so surprised I've seen them. You know I love movies about Arcanum.
So, do we got anything?
Have you seen the look on Chief Eldon's face yet?
Poitier looks over to the Deputy Chief's office, squinting as she tries to see through the slated lines.
Hot damn. I know that look. Wasn't the last time when he found out his daughter was dating some jackass crook?
Ooh. It kind of reminds me of that one scene in that movie, Johnny 21 Jump Street, when the chief found out that he's one of his deputies or one of his officers, college dude, was his daughter. And I mean, you all know that scene when back at the office, right? Non-stop staring, slowly getting his piece out, while the guy's just slowly but surely putting up a bulletproof vest. All right.
I know this Night Piercer guy's been tricky, but is it really that bad?
You don't know the half of it. The pressure's been building on him. Now, apparently the up-tops are sending us some support. Some cadet from the Vigil's Bureau. I guess they've decided we're not working hard enough, or something.
Vigils? From the Foundation? Aren't they only responsible for the Arcanum crimes that'll cause serious consequences?
Normally, yes.
I don't see how this Night Piercer guy is their kind of trouble. Besides, how's a Vigil even going to help us? They don't know the city like we do. And not even a full agent, just a cadet. Wait, did you say cadet?
Poitier's head snaps back to the officer, her eyes wide. She can't just let that word slide without notice.
You heard me. Apparently, they decided this is gonna be a thing. Send the cadets along to assist and test their chops. So now we're not just dog catchers, we're babysitters too.
Is this some kind of joke?
Your words, my lips.
The chief said it's a chance to develop a better working relationship between us and the Vigils. I think Brass just wants to cozy up with the St. Pavlo Foundation.
She downs the rest of her coffee and tosses the empty cup into the trash.
Yeah, that would explain the look on Eldon's face. So what? Anyone know when this cadet is due? Or hell, anything useful at all?
I heard tell it's some Chinese girl from a famous family of arcanists. She's got a mega powerful familiar, and that's why the Vigils recruited her.
Really? Just for her familiar? That can't be the only reason. Did she at least, like, score well on her tests?
Apparently, she didn't even take the test. She was still in training when she was picked. No field experience at all.
Poitier tries to maintain her steely demeanor, but the frustration proves too much to contain.
So you mean this girl's a total liability? Some spoiled rich kid debutante looking for a chance to polish her resume?
Now, don't go jumping to conclusions, woman. I mean, we don't know. She ain't spoiled, I can tell you that for sure. The officer lets out a dry chuckle, but as her reply is about to leave her lips, her eyes flick around behind Poitier, and her tone changes.
That's not exactly what I said.
They wouldn't put just anyone in this position. The office falls silent as all eyes turn to the unfamiliar figure standing in the doorway.
Excuse me. I'm Vigil Cadet Liang Yue from the St. Pavlo Foundation. Vigil's Bureau, reporting for duty, ma'am. Could you please point me to Deputy Chief Alden?
He's in his office.
Poitier is the one to break the silence. She jerks her head toward the office in the corner as she speaks. It has definitely gotten silent.
I see. Thank you.
She offers a slight nod and, under the scrutiny of every officer present, makes her way to the Deputy Chief's office. As soon as the door is shut, murmurs break out like wildfire.
That's our princess? I've seen street rats bigger. I bet I could lift her up with one hand.
Don't forget her familiar. Though, I don't see it now. So she must be a summoner.
Lucky her. I wish my great-great-great-grandpa left me something like that.
So what's Eldon gonna do? No way he's letting this baby rat scurry into our investigation. I'll show her the door myself if he'll let me.
Guaranteed our Vigil-to-be is a spoil airheaded legacy pick. I can't imagine she's the type to follow orders.
Guys, we won't get any answers just sitting here.
Yeah, you're right. I need to get back to work. Josh is out on leave, so I've got to cover all his cases.
Hey, hold on. I've got a way to get the scoop on this girl.
Oh, before Poitier can walk away, she grabs her sleeve and, with a knowing look on her face, indicates toward the Deputy Chief's office. They're gonna eavesdrop? Definitely.
Liang Yue. Specially recommended by the Foundation's East Asia branch for selection into the Vigil's Bureau. Top of class during your training. Selected to serve as the pilot for the Vigil Cadet Field Training Program with the LAPD Division for Arcane Affairs.
Alright, I know that some of you who do play and make a video of this game would always choose this little thumbnail, this picture as an image as a thumbnail. That's what I'm getting at here, and that's what I'm doing.
It's an impressive resume.
Thank you, sir. Actually, it's not that...
Did I ask for an explanation?
Her voice falters for a moment.
No, sir.
Then don't give me one. You talk when I tell you to talk. You sit when I tell you to sit, and you do exactly as I say when I say. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
On the other side of the thin walls of the office, the officers exchange smirks as they listen in to their conversation.
Classic Eldon. Reminds me of the good old days.
Good? The hell was so good about them? I think you've taken one too many smacks on the noggin. Still, she isn't as stuck up as I expected.
And she's probably a wuss. I figured she was gonna backtalk him. More like a meek little mouse than a rat.
They press their ears against the wall and fall silent once again.
I've been told you're here to assist us in catching the vigilante known as Night Piercer. But one look at you tells me you don't have the chops. I'll bet you're greener than any rookie on my force. Now, Liang, answer me. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
On this beat, you're going to encounter arcane crime that is worse than anything you've seen in your training. Beyond your imagination. Are you prepared?
Yes, sir.
When it comes to dealing with arcanist criminals, you need wits and you need strength. One mistake and you could end up in a casket on that long flight back home. So I ask again, are you up to this challenge?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
No, you aren't.
He pulls the newspaper from a drawer and slams it onto the desk.
Read it.
The arcanist scammer Johnny 3 Times has been apprehended. Using his arcane skill, Ominous Obeisance, he manipulated his victims to do anything he asked, specifically transferring all their money to him. In order to successfully cast his arcane skill, he requires his target to answer yes 3 times in 1 minute.
Really?
If you had been dealing with him, he'd already have you dumping your trust fund into his bank account. Or worse.
With all due respect, sir, that isn't a fair evaluation. I wouldn't have answered you that way if you were not my commanding officer.
Fair? There is no fair when it comes to arcanists. You've read the headlines about this guy and think you know what to expect? But what if he had abilities the news didn't know about? What if he could disguise himself? Or do you think that crooks just leave their resumes behind at the crime scene?
For a brief moment, she is at a loss for words.
No, sir.
This article was published a week ago. If you were as ready as you claimed, you should have known about this con man and his arcane skill. If you had any smarts, you'd have at least figured out I was probing you, but you didn't. I don't know what the Foundation and your Vigils teachers taught you. Frankly, I don't care. Because you don't have the practical skills necessary to keep yourself alive on these streets. I will absolutely not put a kid like you on the Night Piercer case.
His cold voice carries through the wall. The officers outside exchange glances.
Cold and ruthless as a Minnesota winter. Eldon's never been a people person. Guess that's why they keep him stuck down here with us.
I don't know. I agree with him. But he's being pretty rough on her.
She's definitely too young for this. What you think? She gonna cry?
Look, if she can't handle the chief, then she can't handle this city.
Is that right? I seem to remember someone's eyes going red a few times on her first day.
What? Shut up! I didn't.
Yeah, your shade, your blushing shade ruins your emotions.
Listen.
They fall silent again, waiting to hear what fate will befall the young girl Vigil's cadet.
End of discussion. If you want to call home to your daddy or the Foundation and get reassigned somewhere else, be my guest. But as long as you're in my department, you'll follow my rules. For now, I'll assign you some of the lighter cases. This is grunt work, kid. Try not to mess it up.
Hold on. I've got a bad feeling.
Poitier's eyes widen, but it's too late to act.
Area Poitier will be your partner and field training instructor. She'll be happy to help you adjust. Isn't that right, Officer Poitier?
Ha! He knew you were listening. Poitier can't help but mutter a curse under her breath.
Crap. Guess my day isn't getting any easier.
Well. Let's see what we have here. There are 2, in fact. I want to check out real quick. So, this is a 100% business ad? When someone says that, then I think it's a scam. What the hell? Close companions, everyone's best friends. Earliest of these companions are traced back to the East, where the Zhenshi befriend all the powers hand-out beast. I'm guessing this is just some new Babel critter rehab center. Yeah, it's pretty much, you can get your own critter. Alright, what else I can think of? Alright, this is not a business ad. I like that. Insert a DVD. Is there an arcane situation you're dealing with? Got a dispute with your arcane's neighbor? Don't worry, we're here to help. We are the Vigil's Bureau. That is attacking costume there. What was that? Put down a donut, drop the radio, and lick the sugar off your fingers? This is no joke. Ain't that funny?
Here we are. Get out.
Oh, it's not your day, officer, huh?
First case of the day. Anytime regular beat cops find a case related to Arcanum, they'll call it into dispatch. And then we get to come mop it up. This is what we call a basic Arcanum incident. The bread and butter of our work, kid. It's not often that we get anything urgent, but you've got to stay on your toes. But to be honest, I hope we don't get anything big today. Last thing I want is to take a rookie like you into a real emergency.
I hope so too.
That's yes, ma'am. You got me? You're probably thinking I'm trying to put you in your place, huh? That I'm just bossing you around. But get off your high horse, princess, because as long as I'm your field instructor, you need to show some respect.
This is the pro tip her colleagues gave her before she left. If your trainee has powerful connections, you've got two choices. Either make sure they know who's in charge from day one, or spend the rest of your day sucking up to them. But it seems she and her colleagues were worrying over nothing.
But I don't have a horse, and I didn't think you were bossy. I'm honored to have you as my partner and field instructor. I look forward to learning under you.
Didn't expect that, huh? Pretty humble coming from a big shot cadet. Pointer knows and narrows her eyes, only to be met with an earnest, slightly puzzled gaze.
Is there something wrong with what I said, ma'am?
Are you just that much of a pushover? Or is this all an act?
Pardon? I don't quite understand.
Nothing. Just keep close. You never know what can happen with these cases.
They take their last few steps up to the door and ring the bell. Heavy footsteps approach from within, and the door is flung open with a bang.
Ugh, finally! Do you know how long I've been waiting?
Oh, God.
Those monsters are at it again! Do something!
Such an enthusiastic welcome isn't exactly what the Vigil cadet was expecting. She turns her head only to see her instructor comfortably positioned a few feet behind her. Looks like she'll have to handle this one on her own.
Please remain calm, ma'am. We're here now, and we won't let them hurt you. Am I correct that you reported there are critters that have broken into your house? Could you describe them for us? Do you have an idea how many?
I don't know. Like a ton? A bunch? 2.5 buttloads? I didn't stick around to count them.
Oh, God. I just had a mini aneurysm just from hearing what she said. Kind of reminds me of one of my cousins. I'm serious. Even among the woman's chaotic shouting, useful information can be extracted. The young quickly formulates a plan.
So, there are many of them. In that case, I suggest we split up, ma'am. You could stay here and keep the lady safe, and send me to take the critters down. Given we're in the city, I suspect them to be tamed, and it's possible that someone may be controlling them. Once we've established their type, we may be able to deduce the incantation that's controlling them. Some incantations can be easily traced, such as the manipulation incantation or the shadow incantation.
Or they're just wild critters. She's gonna interrupt her.
Over there! There they are!
Please stay behind me, ma'am. We are... they?
She freezes mid-step, her eyes locking onto a corner of the yard. From these shadows, a row of plump creatures waddles into view. A Moonchalu?
Is this... This appears to be a Moonchalu. A new breed of critter from the Miss New Bible Critter Rehabilitation Center, endorsed by the LSCC. They are medium to large in size and classed as non-aggressive. The Moonchalu consumes base arcane materials and extracts the energy from them. They are intended to assist in the arcane production industry. They've been slated for worldwide distribution. But why are they here?
Well, what are you waiting for? Do
Wow.
Kill them? Oh, ma'am, please don't worry. They will not attack people. And it's against our procedures to kill non-aggressive critters without authorization.
But they're destroying my azaleas! And the stairs in my lawn! And they almost bit my sweetie's tail off! Ah!
Even the ever-composed Vigil Cadet is momentarily at a loss for words.
Your sweetie? I see, ma'am. I will do my best to get them up.
She decides to put off investigating Sweetie's identity for now, but before she can act, a shrill voice interrupts from outside the yard.
Hey! Don't you dare lay a finger on my precious munchies!
Munchies?
What? Can I help you, sir?
I knew it! This jerk is my next-door neighbor? He keeps all kinds of these ridiculous smelly critters around. I order you to throw him and all his disgusting little pets in jail!
Are you serious? Now we're dealing with a Karen. Okay, this is not one of my cousins.
Are you out of your mind? They're just some adorable munchalos! What kind of sicko would want to hurt them?
The shouting match quickly escalates as a barrage of increasingly colorful insults fill the air. I know how you feel. I had to deal with that, and most of the time. Liang glances at her instructor. Poitier simply smirks and shrugs.
What did I tell you, huh?
I don't like you. But, what can you say? Are we really gonna fight critters? So what do we have to deal with here? I see. Oh no! Officer, this thick fog is making my head spin. It reeks from those stinky, clumsy oafs. Damn it! They've all scurried behind those crates. Well, go ahead. What are you waiting for? Don't listen to this lunatic, officer. If it weren't for her little devil constantly provoking my children, they'd never have stepped into his filthy yard. Alright, sir, ma'am. Please stop arguing. Step aside a little. I'll give you both a satisfactory answer. I need to move these crates first, otherwise those munchalos will keep circling around them. There was something I read in the new Babel Critter Training Guide. Munchalos become extremely drowsy after intense activity. Looks like it's time to put that to the test. Alright, so are we really gonna attack these crates here?
A bandura?
Maybe.
As you wish. Do you have any requests?
Maybe.
Please enjoy. Please.
Okay. Alright, sir, please bring your pets. Come with us. The police station will handle further processing as needed. Oh, my sweet babies! Daddy's taking you home right now. That was sudden noise. Classic diner.
Finally, lunchtime. I'll grab the cheeseburger and an Americano. Large.
The front door to the diner has barely closed by the time Poitier has shouted out her order. Seems this is just another part of the Upbeat Cop's routine.
So, some fluffy trespassers, an alchemy incident, a noise complaint for a werewolf infected, and a speeding ticket on an unregistered arcane vehicle. Honestly, busier than I expected. But it all went smoother than I expected, too. We've earned ourselves a decent lunch, I'd say. So what do you want, princess?
Liang studies the menu on the wall, hesitating to answer.
What? Don't tell me our little Vigil princess can't stomach a bit of fast food. Better get used to it, kid. We're on a tight schedule. There's no time for fancy dining.
Oh, it's not that. It's just... Are all the restaurants here so expensive? This is the first time I've been to LA, and it seems things cost more than I expected.
Poitier is taken aback.
What, you broke? You telling me the Foundation, can't afford to pay you a decent wage?
Oh no. It's... my subsidy should be enough for daily necessities. It's only the... I was hoping to save some money, but it seems the prices here won't allow me to. Sorry, please forget it. I'll have a chicken sandwich. Thank you.
Okay.
Awfully weird. Their order is placed. The two take a seat at Poitier's usual spot.
All right, question time, rookie. Because I think I've got the wrong impression. What I heard was that you were some pampered rich kid from a crazy old legendary family.
After a brief flicker of surprise, Liang's expression shifts. It's as if she's expected to hear this question, or at least has grown accustomed to it.
It's true. The Liang family have a long history and many legendary ancestors, but that was a long time ago. Nowadays, we're not so different from any other ordinary family.
Sure. Ordinary. That's definitely what I think of when I see you. I also heard that you've got a familiar.
You mean Qiangliang?
Yeah, sure, that. Come on! It's some mysterious arcane creature from the Far East. Everyone in the DAA is curious about it, myself included. So, you gonna show me?
Liang looks like a little troubled.
Now? I'm sorry, but I must refuse your request, Miss Poitier. With all due respect, the Qiangliang is a sacred being. It is deserving of great respect. It has a divine mission to expel diseases and evil beings, and has guarded the world through the ages. Maybe that just sounds like old legends, but it's the truth. We've recorded every battle it fought in our family chronicles, and we're only allowed to borrow its power when we're in the greatest of danger. Please understand that I can't just summon it simply to show it to others.
Okay. I'm not unreasonable, princess. If it's a sacred thing or whatever, I won't bother you over it.
From Liang's sincerity, it's clear that this isn't just an excuse. Poitier isn't annoyed by it, but she does seem a little bored by the overly serious response. An awkward silence falls to the table. Luckily, the waitress breaks it with the arrival of their meals.
Anyway, I guess I should say you're doing a lot better than I thought today. And I don't just give out compliments, you got that? So take some pride in it, but don't get cocky either. This was all chump work. You haven't seen the ugly side of this job yet. This morning might have been a cakewalk, but this job can blindside you just like that. Never underestimate anything.
She takes a hefty bite of her burger and launches into a monologue. The food still rolling around her mouth. Jesus, you talk with your mouth full, lady? Liang simply looks blank. Poitier finally swallows.
Hey, you in there, princess?
I apologize, but in our family, we have a rule. 食不言，寝不语. It means we believe you shouldn't talk when eating or sleeping.
What? You're kidding. You're trying to say I'm being rude? Or wait, you're serious, aren't you?
Liang sits totally still, her expression unchanged.
What kind of stupid rule is that?
The mannered rule? The appropriate rule?
Besides, why would anyone be talking while they're asleep? What, like you can't sleep talk? How do you even control that?
Poitier appears to be giving the question some genuine thought.
Sorry, maybe I didn't translate it right. It means keep quiet before sleep.
I'm confused as well. For a long moment, Poitier stares at her, dumbfounded. Then she slumps back into her seat.
The heck? So many rules. Damn, princess, you must have had a miserable childhood. Let me guess. Every day was courses and training, stuck inside, no books, no movies. Did they even let you watch Saturday morning cartoons? I've heard of kids like you. Sounds worse than jail to me. A childhood like that is rough, kid. It's bad for your head. Bad for the job, too.
The young furrows her brow a little. She can't follow her thought process at all.
I don't understand why you're upset, Miss Poitier. How is it bad for the job?
Did you check the list of incidents before we set off? There's a case we're going to after lunch. A director that received some kind of threat. She's shooting a film in Chinatown.
And that is where we're going to be in the main point of the story here. And I think that's Noir. That's her name. Noir.
Anyways, this director is an arcanist, and her movie is all about Arcanum. So it's in our department. The point is, knowing's half the battle in this job. It'd be easier if you were a cinephile, or at least familiar with films. Maybe then you'd know a thing or two about her. She's famous for those Detective CO7 films. The first movies to really put a focus on Arcanum and Arcanists. Something about it, though. The detective in those films used a skill a lot like this Night Piercer crook.
Really?
What's her name again? Something with an N? No.
Portier strains to recall the name. She only saw it flash on screen for a moment when she watched the film way back when. In her focus, she fails to notice the flash of surprise in Liang's face.
Noah.
Noah?
Yeah, that's it. Wait, so you...
Yes. I've watched her movies too.
I'll be damned. So was it a special reward for getting straight A's, or...
What the...
Calling all nearby units. Code 3. We have a hostage situation at City Hall.
Wait, the metal gecko talks. The radio announcement cuts their get-to-know-you session short.
Suspect is a registered Arcanist, posing a threat to life. On-scene officers are requesting immediate Arcanist support.
City Hall. We're close by, aren't we?
Pack up. Lunchtime's over.
Well, another serious job, and a job for the police. I wonder what this is. Spot check. Listen up, rookie. Since I'm your instructor, I need you to make sure you don't embarrass me out there. Did you review the basic operational guidelines for Los Angeles Arcana Affairs officers before taking this job? Yes. First, all police operations must remain within Los Angeles' administrative jurisdiction. Second, we must develop practical and cohesive plans, procedures, and strategies to reduce Arcana-related crimes and behaviors, improve the quality of life for citizens, and maintain harmonious relationships with humans and Arcanists. Administrative Procedure 311-09 in civil disputes of an Arcanum mediation should be prioritized to minimize the impact of Arcanum-related factors, provide citizens with professional guidance, and avoid actions that could escalate conflicts. Oh great, a model student response. Administrative Procedure 320-5. Critical cases involving Arcanum. With that painfully by-the-book response, you might as well join Internal Affairs. I heard they love that kind of stuff. Let's keep it simple. Remember, big or small, whenever Arcanum is involved, it's up to us, the arcane cops, to handle it. But don't worry too much. More often than not, the small stuff outweighs the big stuff. Understood, Instructor Portier. Should I recite the rest? The rest? Now you sound like you've got that covered. On the topic of injury and death compensation. Alright, rookie, that's enough. She's being cute. Alright. Order and chaos. Let's see our first fight. And again, with the last event, I may have problems with the copyright thing. So the video may be posted on YouTube probably later than usual. Because I don't know if it's copyrighted or not.
I called the hostage, sir! This won't do you any good!
Okay, so we're in a bank.
Go away!
You got a knife! You got...
That was close. Where's our backup?
DAA, at your service.
What's the situation?
See for yourself.
The City Hall, usually bustling with foot traffic, now stands eerily empty. The reason is immediately clear.
Don't come any closer. Stay back! Stay back! Please! Don't kill me! I'm sorry! I really am! Please let me go.
Shut up!
It's too late now. Say another word and you are dead! Stay back!
He swings the blade in his hand wildly, his voice a furious, panicked snarl. The crowd on the other side of the police barricade instinctively recoils, but the woman standing just 10 paces away doesn't move an inch.
Hey! Trust me, pal.
Oh, do I know you?
You really don't want to do this.
Ooh, you look pretty.
Who's that? Doesn't look like one of ours.
Just some civvy. She was talking with the suspect before we got here.
That woman...
What, you know her? Look familiar or something?
No, just a thought. It's nothing.
The woman glances toward the officers, seemingly to notice their conversation.
People make mistakes. But some mistakes can't be undone. Don't put that blood on your hands, or it'll never wash off. Is hurting this guy worth all that pain and guilt? Sooner or later, he'll get what's coming to him for what he's done. I promise you that.
Her words seem to have an effect. The hostage taker hesitates, his face contorted in pain, his grip on the knife faltering.
But, I must!
He's distracted. Rookie, time for us to take him down.
I guess. Let's do it. Okay, so where's my green team? Yeah.
I usually act alone, but fine, I'll try to get along.
Take my hand. You might feel better.
Just tell me when you need the job done.
Alright, let's try this one.
The trail's still warm. Weak hiding spot.
I'll be right here.
Well, I like that little damage count animation there.
Under attack.
Guns
charging. A fragment of truth.
Don't mess with Texas.
The light that illuminates all.
Great. Now back to the salon.
Funny enough, in the last event, for Kakanya's costume, I got, that was one of the other costumes that was in the last event as well. Just saying. Point it out.
Please stand down, sir.
Although almost half its size, the young manages to pin the suspect to the ground. The other officers swarm in, snapping handcuffs around his wrists before he can put up another fight.
Suspect under control. I repeat, suspect under control. No further backup needed.
Looks like this case is wrapped up.
Nice moves. I was kind of hoping we get to see that familiar of yours, though.
A simple threat like this isn't worthy of Qiangliang. I have to reserve its assistance unless absolutely necessary.
So is this just another one of those rules? Or do you mean its help comes with a price tag?
Maybe both.
Both.
I was right. Despite the curtness of her response, her eyes widen a little at Portier's astuteness. Portier scowls.
That it?
What do you mean?
I mean, so far, every time you talk about the job or your family rules, it's just the surface level stuff. How do you actually feel about any of this?
Liang looks genuinely confused.
How I feel? I don't understand why it would be necessary to mention that.
'Cause we're partners, kid. We've got to trust each other. How am I gonna let you watch my six if I don't even know how you tick?
But Liang still doesn't seem to get it.
I see. You're my partner and instructor during my assignment with the LAPD Division of Arcane Affairs, so I'll do my best to learn from you and complete my work as assigned. I won't slow you down.
That's not what I'm... Forget it.
Huh?
Liang's tone all but says, "My personal feelings don't matter." Portier gives up trying to argue with someone with such a stubborn, unreadable demeanor. She simply stares at her, quietly seething to herself. Luckily, before things can spiral further, the hostage cuts through the tension.
Oh, thank God you took down that lunatic. I'm really grateful, miss. But ain't you a bit young to be an arcane affairs officer? I think I've seen that uniform somewhere else before. You're a vigil, right?
Yes, sir. Wait.
Wait. She just said yes. Liang swallows the rest of her words as she stares at the hostage she just rescued, her expression suddenly wary.
I know you.
The Arcanist scammer Johnny 3 times has been apprehended. Using his arcane skill, Ominous Obeisance, he manipulated his victims to do anything he asked, specifically transferring all their money to him.
And she said yes one time.
You're that scammer Johnny 3 times.
Oopsie! Guess that's the downside of getting your name in the papers.
What? Didn't we already book that guy? What's he doing here?
He got a sweetheart deal. A reduced sentence in exchange for revealing where he stashed all the dough he stole. And it was a shitload of money, too. Apparently from some big donors to the mayor's re-election campaign.
It's always gotta be the re-election mayor.
Of course he demanded he be present for the unveiling of his stash, so they brought him here. That's when this loony attacked the police escort, took him hostage.
Hey! Easy, officer! You've already got me! No need to be so rough with the cuffs!
Clam it, Johnny!
We should have just let that guy ice him.
May I ask, officer, do we know if the man trying to kill him was...
I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, he's the son of a victim. This bastard took his mom for all she was worth, and when she found out, boom. Heart attack.
Jesus. He shakes his head, heaving a weary sigh. Johnny 3 times snickers.
Like mother, like son. He was just as dumb as his doddering old mom. Worse even, because he didn't even catch wise to it. It's a concrete jungle, baby, and it follows jungle rules. Survival of the fittest. Crapper Brains here never had a chance. If it wasn't me, it would have been someone else. What a joke. Imagine killing over just because you lost a bit of cash. Then we've got this dumbass coming at me with even less of a brain. Think about it. If he killed me, how's he gonna get his money back?
Shut the fuck up, asshole.
You know, I'm glad they kind of censored that, but it's funny. She levels a punch to his gut, sending him crumpling to the ground, gasping for air.
Officer Poitier, what are you doing?
What? I'm teaching this douchebag a lesson.
But we can't do that. It's against the rules.
Liang steps between the two, blocking Poitier from doing any more.
Well, I guess the Vigils are a cut above the trash when it comes to the DAA. Am I right?
Poitier takes a deep breath as she tries to rein in her frustration.
Let's get this straight, rookie. You don't tell me what to do. I should have known. You're just the worst kind of cop. Everything by the book, sticking to your high and mighty principles like you know what's best.
She lets out a frosty huff and turns away.
Liang Yue, 你为什么要告诉老师？因为你们那么做是不对的。
Aww, that's a little Yue. Sorry, little Liang. She's a good two shoes here. I don't think she knows the difference between, I guess, sticking with your friends and all. I guess sometimes being too good can lead to bad things, to be honest.
告密精，你不来就算了，为什么要让老师知道？我早说了，就不应该救他。等等，别走。
Aww. The clamor of the fearful voices cuts her off.
No! Somebody stop him!
What's going on? Don't call me off here. And they did. And they did. Alright, let's keep going. Exorcism. Shh, the device is connected. It's calling your name. What do you mean the exorcism?
Stay back! Help me! Help!
The city hall has been plunged back into chaos. Johnny lets out a shriek, scrambling to get as far away as possible.
Get away!
Oh, he's back. He hurls the officer aside. Blood drips down his fingers from the thumb he broke to slip his hand out of his cuffs. Wow. He moves with inhuman strength, fighting off the approaching officers with ease.
Out of my way! I will kill you! I will kill you all!
Damn it, is this dude high or something?
No, I don't think this is drugs. It's an arcane skill. I sense some kind of evil spirit. I think I can stop him, ma'am.
The tension between them has been totally forgotten. The situation is urgent. Potier gives a sharp nod.
Fine. Whatever it is, whatever you think you can do, do it.
I will. This is my duty.
Liang gives a firm nod before rushing toward the suspect.
Kill! I must kill this bastard! Who are you?
Please stay calm, sir. I have no weapon.
There she is.
I'm just here to make a phone call.
What? A phone call?
That's where...
Yes.
That's where her familiar's in?
And you are going to make it.
Who are you dialing?
Her god.
You'll soon find out. Qiang Liang 既出，网友不为，斩杀凶旧，消劫不祥。
That's sick. Woo! It's only too bad that I don't have the character yet.
Just tell me when you need the job done.
So we got... Yes. Alright, these are some spirits here. Something... I didn't read that. What is it? What is that? It seems to be some kind of non-corporeal specter. No, that's not right. I don't sense any ghostly aura around them. They must be ghost plagues? The hell are those? According to Eastern records, they are entities that bring calamity, disease, and malevolent curses. But this time, astonishingly, these ghost plagues have taken on human form. I don't know why yet, but something must have triggered their transformation. Officer Fortier, please step back. My duty alongside Xiang Lang has always been to drive out these ghost plagues. It's time to put an end to this disturbance. That was right there. This would have been appropriate if I had the character.
Don't be afraid.
Now I feel like I'm in the middle of a freaking like action thriller TV show right now. You gotta like the music here.
Fragment of truth.
Don't mess with Texas.
I mean, I'm honestly not sure if this is gonna be covered. I mention it again.
And now to return to my long-term mission.
I'm liking the music so far, and I'm.
No, my head. I'm so sorry, Mama.
With one last garbled whisper, the man collapses. The officers around him remain frozen, still too wary to approach.
Should we cuff him?
How about rope him?
Allow me. But I believe we should bring him to the hospital to be checked over immediately.
Think you can handle him? We got this con man to take care of.
She follows the older officer's gaze. Not long ago, Johnny 3 times was brimming with arrogance. Now he is a crumpled heap on the floor. A dark stain has formed on the crotch. He literally got. I think when he saw our tiger lion thing, tiger spirit guardian, he must have really wet himself. Ugh. Yeah.
God, what a loser.
Definitely a loser. Potier sneers, shaking her head as she turns away. She hesitates, then shifts her gaze to Liang.
So, you know what I'm about to say, right?
Hmm?
No. Liang looks visibly confused, although more understandably this time.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is that what you want? For me to say it? Sorry.
I cannot believe that Potier here is a tsundere, but let's just move on.
I felt bad for that guy, but there was nothing we could do for him while he was possessed. If it weren't for you, we might have shot him. Well done, Vigil Liang. And please just forget what I said. I was out of line.
The moment her apology ends, she turns her head, unwilling to see Liang's reaction. But after a long pause, there is no response.
Say something.
She looks back to see Liang's frozen in surprise.
Oh, right. It's okay. I didn't take it to heart.
Good.
You're gonna be best friends. And I still don't know who you are. I'm gonna guess, but let's just leave it at that.
Who's there?
A stifled laugh hits their ears. Portier springs back like a startled cat.
Sorry, I shouldn't eavesdrop. It's a bad habit. It's just... You remind me of my friends back in the old days.
You're the lady that tried to help us soothe him. Thank you for the help. It could have turned out much worse if you hadn't been there. Thank you again.
That's too kind of you, young Vigil. I just did what anyone should. Really, it was you and your partner that were the real heroes.
You're too modest, ma'am. Actually, forgive me for asking. Haven't I seen your face before?
She studied the woman's face for quite some time before speaking this thought aloud. They haven't met in person, no. It was in some other way, but how? Where? She has barely begun forming the words when the woman gives her the answer.
Good to know that someone still remembers those old flicks, even after all these years.
The features of the face beneath the beret overlap with the face from Liang's memory. But the face she remembers lacks the maturity and composure of the woman before her. That face was brimming with youthful confidence, full of fire and energy. But one thing has remained the same, those bright shining eyes, like stars twinkling on silver screens as in television sets.
Yes, from the movies. That's right. You are...
Okay.
Oops, you got me. I'm casing. Or were you hoping I'd say Detective CO7?
Ah, she's an actress! She winks at the two dumbfounded officers. Oh my god, got two... I can't believe the two partners, Portier and Liang, are both fans of the films. Wow. What a coinkadink. I can't say coinkadink.
A full report will take some time. You'll need to wait for now.
Thank you, Doctor.
Our perp had his ID with him. That saves us a lot of digging. Eric Wong, 43, runs a grocery store in Chinatown.
No wonder he's pissed.
Let's see. The only family member we've got is his wife, a Lillian Lau, who immigrated to the States 10 years ago. Both have no criminal record, totally clean. He's an arcanist, apparently, and a powerful one at that.
Oh?
But no reports of any prior misuse of Arcanum. His car was found near the crime scene, all filled up with potatoes and carrots from the wholesalers. Either this was just a spur-of-the-moment wacko move, or some bizarre attempt at a tuber-based alibi. Anyway, we've contacted his wife, and she should be here soon. Maybe we'll get some more clues from her. Yo, Liang, you listening?
Oh, you're right.
Lost thought? The answer is obvious. No. Portier takes a deep breath.
Earth calling Liang!
Yeah. We got a... The sudden shout snaps Liang out of her daze. I just realized something. It just clicked on me. We're in Chinatown. They're both cops from two different countries. I'm getting the Rush Hour Detective Carter and Detective Lee. Or Inspector Lee here.
Officer Portier, we're in a hospital. We should keep quiet.
I would have. But that didn't seem likely to bring you back to Earth, Space Cadet. So what's got you lost in space now?
I'm just thinking.
About what?
About Miss Qixing.
Right. I guess you're really into those movies, huh? It's all good, boo.
I get the picture now. Our little CO7 fan sneaking into the cinema behind her parents' back. You know, you're beginning to almost seem human, Princess.
At first, I thought you might be an android. Like those Laplace bots they've got writing parking tickets for us.
The young looks as if she wants to argue, but at the last moment she stops herself.
In fact, I do like Miss Qixing's CO7 movies very much. Her character means a lot to me.
Oh, is that the reason why you decided to be a Vigil?
Specifically, yes. It's the reason I decided my destiny was to be in the police.
Not because of the Rush Hour franchise? I'm just kidding.
But back to the topic. I was thinking about Miss Qixing, but it wasn't because I like her or anything like that.
I'm sure. She shakes her head, her gaze sharpening, her brows furrowed slightly.
It's just that her being here made me think about Night Piercer. Miss Qixing has a similar arcane skill to the one he appears to use. She called it Silver Needle. She even performed it in her movies. Could that really just be a coincidence?
Huh?
The officer knits her brow as if she's just been hit with a bad joke. Liang, deep in thought, continues.
And what she said felt meaningful in some way.
Another mystery to the topic. 1 hour earlier. Wow, really? I need to drink again.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, Miss Qixing. I grew up watching your films, but what are you doing here in LA? I mean, if it's okay to ask?
Sure, not a problem at all. I'm here to see an old friend.
Though she was once a star known across the nation, Qixing speaks warmly and without airs. It's like she's chatting with an old friend.
Is it Miss Noah? I heard she's planning a new film.
Oh, so you heard the news? It's been a long time since I last saw her. You're right though, kid. I've got something I need to talk to her about.
Of course. That's great. Oh, and the Dushu Festival is coming soon. I hope you all go to the Shehua Parade in Chinatown. It'll be so much fun to see you there.
Huh?
The quiet, reserved Liang has suddenly turned chatty. But Ye stares at her. She's like an entirely different person.
Shehua. Is it really that time of year again?
You don't like the parade?
Of course I do. I like every bit of it. Watching people eat, perform, and come together to celebrate the end of the year, and to pray for peace and good luck in the next. I like the pure and simple wish that the Shehua Parade carries. But it always reminds me of the ending.
What ending?
Qixing falls silent, shaking her head, but no more explanation is needed. Liang's memories have come back to her.
You mean the ending of the last film in the CO7 series?
She must have guessed correctly. Qixing's eyes widen a little, then she gives a small nod.
Yes, I know lots of people like that ending. A reflection of reality, they say. Tragedy leaves people with a deeper impression than comedy, but as for me, I hated it. The good guys failed and the bad guys won? What kind of an ending is that? Maybe we don't get a say in how things work in reality. But in stories we can. We should. Reality itself is tragic enough already. Why should a movie remind us of how absurd things really are? What goes around comes around. That's what people want to see in the movies.
Her tone has turned unusually serious for a discussion about film, but these words strike a chord with Liang.
I agree with you. When I was little, I also didn't like how it ended. Maybe it's true that reality can't guarantee us true justice, but I still want to see justice being served, at least in fiction.
This response seems to earn Qixing's approval.
I feel the same way. Pardon me for asking. That beast you summoned was something else. It reminded me of a certain creature, a legendary beast from the north of China. 強梁既出，網有不為，斬殺兇舊，梟截不詳。
Wait. Why is it going so slow? Yeah. Why is it like... why was it slow? I noticed it was going slow.
That must make you a descendant of the Liang family, right?
It comes with the name. Something in Qixing's gaze makes Liang feel as though she's standing too close to an open flame. But even so, she answers truthfully.
Yes, I'm Liang Yue, from the Liang family of the 12 Zhens.
Liang Yue. Liang Yue. It's a good name, little Vigil. I'll keep it in mind.
I'm getting awfully suspicious, but like I said, I want to find out later. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at whatever these are here. So, routine check? Check it here. So, we got a Spectre Crimin here again. Rookie, where's your chameleon comms? Lost it? Oh, I think I still have it. Look right here. It's just gone into camouflage. Maybe Jianlong showed up and scared into hiding. Jianlong? That electric tiger of yours? The one that lives in your phone? This old brick phone was the relic I used during my first summoning of Jianlong. It became the token of our bond. When I use this phone to call Jianlong, it will answer. Wild. It's like something straight out of those TV shows. By using a phone for rituals, I thought rituals from your side of the world would be more traditional, like those dancing shadow puppets you've got. That's an excellent guess. Previous generations of summoners in my family did use shadow puppetry to call Jianlong, but that was centuries ago. Oh, so does that make you a once-in-a-century kind of a genius? Not really. I was just lucky that the phone is a more convenient method than shadow puppetry. There it is. You're still humble as ever, Princess. Can you summon Jianlong again? I owe it a thank you for the help earlier. I wouldn't recommend it. Calling Jianlong without a good reason might make it angry, and the calls are really expensive. The calls are really expensive. What do you pay for? Alright, there's something above here as well. Deleted scene. Good thing it wasn't live. We'll just cut this part out. Alright, so live tonight with special guests. Tonight's the first guest is a brilliant young actress you've seen in CO7 Part 1 and CO7 Part 2. Now she's returning for a upcoming CO2, CO7 Part 3. Though honestly, why not just call it Sim CO8 or in CO9? Anyway, please. Okay, so this looks like an interview in a talk show, I believe. 50-50, what's that? 50-50. Either this film ends the series with a bang or flops on its face because of its garbage excuse of an ending. Whoa. I think we're about to head into spoiler territory for Noir sues us. Let's cut to commercial. Okay, so turns out that the actress was complaining about the ending a bit here. And I'm not sure. Okay, so looks like we're in, let's see, other side, same coin. That's Loggerhead, I can assume, and that's us, but who is this? No idea. You know, to be honest, guys, I wasn't going to read the entire thing.
I read an article about the conflicts between Miss Qixing and the other two producers of the CO7 series.
Okay, that's what I was reading upon here, and I was, before I got interrupted a bit, so I'm just going to mute that out. And I guess that Miss Qixing may have some problems and altercations between how this series ends, you know? Like, you know how some actors like doing some sort of series and franchises until it ends? You find some way to end before it goes into season 27 or something. Like those other shows, you can assume that's going to keep on going forever.
Before, I thought it was only rumors. But now, thinking over what she said, what if it's true? What am I saying? It's ridiculous.
Then stop pouting over it, Princess. We've got work to do.
Best friends. The hallway of the Laplace Rehabilitation Center Cooperative Hospital is bustling with people. Lost in thought, Liang is jolted back to reality by a firm clap on the back.
You want to bet on how many people in LA have similar arcane skills? Come on, it's a total coincidence. You don't really think they're the same person, do you? That'd be nuts.
I mean, it's the Detective CO7 we're talking about. Sure, she's been retired from acting for a while, but she's like super famous.
Most retired actors are.
If she was gonna go all kooky and start taking out crooks like she was the real CO7, why wait all this time? It's been years since her last movie. And we're only just dealing with this Night Piercer guy now. Besides, it's not like it's a crazy, unusual type of arcane skill. Who knows? Maybe this Night Piercer guy is a fan of Detective CO7's films too. Can't rule out anything yet.
But how did they learn the silver needle skill? Or the arcane skill? You gotta be in the same genetics or the same genes to have that skill. I'm not sure if it's passable or teachable. Or if anyone can learn that. I'm not sure.
Hey, you okay in there? Did I knock the wind out of you?
It's okay. I'm fine.
Sounds like you did get the wind knocked out. Liang shakes her head. Poirier, still bewildered and perhaps feeling a little guilty, insists that she didn't mean to hit her so hard. None of that matters. At least the sudden smack did the trick in pulling Liang out of her spiraling thoughts. Neither the test results nor the suspect's family has arrived yet. Liang makes her way to the vending machine at the far end of the hallway, with the coins Poirier dropped in her hand as a half-hearted apology, and buys herself an orange juice. But that absurd thought, that ridiculous guess from earlier, still refuses to leave her mind.
Forget it. Just like you said, it doesn't make any sense.
All attempts to push the thought from her mind are failing. That is until a frantic voice cuts through the air.
But you're injured, ma'am. You can't just leave.
Oh?
I'm totally fine. It's just a tiny smidge of damage. I can fix it myself.
Oh, it's Loggerhead. I'm honestly wanting to put her on my team just to see how she does. But that's going to be like in another video because I would have to grind for material and things to level her up. But look at that. She is literally a movie camera with a body. I read up on her, and yes, she is awakened.
You call a broken arm a smidge. Need to let us treat it immediately.
What's going on here?
And the doctor recognizes her uniform immediately.
Are you a vigil? Could you help me stop this girl? She's trying to leave with a broken arm. She wasn't an accident. But since she's woken up, she's refused to let us examine anything.
Oh, so the other figure in the thing was the doctor, I think.
She might not be our normal kind of patient, but we're doctors. We can't let someone leave when they need immediate medical attention.
A vigil?
Oh.
I'm in a hurry now. I'm gonna miss my bus.
Uh-oh. Beneath the girl's clothing, the exposed skin has a cold metallic sheen. That must be what the doctor meant by not our normal kind of patient. Liang notices the emblem of her crest, marking her as an employee of the St. Pavlov Foundation. How odd that she'd have such a panicked reaction at the sight of a vigil.
There'll be another bus, but you only have one buddy. You should listen to the doctor. Sit down and wait until you're cleared to leave. Please show us your ID so that the doctor can give you treatment.
For a few stiff seconds, the girl's mechanical head freezes in place. Then, in a movement almost too fast to follow, it snaps up.
Look! A hamster riding a stethoscope!
What?
A hamster what?
Are you trying? The bizarreness of these words leaves the young no choice but to glance in the point. Don't you dare, girl! Only to confirm, of course, that there is no hamster nor stethoscope in sight.
No!
She tricked you! Why?
Wait!
Wow, you fell for the oldest trick in the book, girl. Wow. It wouldn't make sense. There's a hamster in a hospital.
You don't want to get on my bad side, kids.
We're fighting Loggerhead now? Wow, why are you chasing me? The hamster's over that way. I need you to cooperate. Stop right there. Oh, officer, watch out. Don't run through the corridor like that. You almost knocked me over. Sorry, ma'am. Whew, I need to be more careful. Keep my arms and legs in check, avoid hitting civilians, and stay clear of all this equipment.
No. Perfectly understood.
Splash in the water.
What's a veteran without his gun?
Calm.
Wait, is that a... Is he an enemy too? Why hit the civvy? Oh, never mind, he hit me. Never mind, go all out.
Understood. Stay back, I say.
Whoosh!
Flee, mortals!
Well, there we go.
Yay!
I forgot I put you here.
Watch out!
Sorry, I'm after.
The hospital's narrow hallways are hardly suitable for a chase, and Liang quickly finds her path blocked by a supply cart. Hiccups. By the time she's made it past, the mechanical-headed girl has disappeared. Her metal chameleon communication device, issued by the Division of Arcane Affairs, gives off its distinctive chime.
Hey, Rookie, where did you go? Get back here. The medical report is ready, and Mr. Wong's family just arrived.
Understood. How's Mr. Wong doing?
There is a long pause on the other end of the line.
It's not pretty.
I wonder how. Oh, he dying. I had to clear my throat all the time. Mr. Wong is lying unconscious on the hospital bed, looking haggard. His breathing is labored and raspy, like a wind rattling through a hollowed out log.
How? What happened to him? He seems completely normal this morning.
Her legs go weak. Were it not for the man supporting her, she might have collapsed entirely.
Please relax, Miss Wong. We have to wait and see what the doctor says.
You again?
Potier instantly recognizes him, one of the Division of Arcane Affairs' least welcome and regular visitors.
Right. You're the local arcane private eye, aren't you, Joe? Are you commissioned by the victim?
What?
The man's eyes widen in surprise before shooting Potier a venomous glare.
Unlike some taxi leeches out there, I actually help people in need.
Sure.
I don't charge a fee when it comes to my neighbors.
Sorry.
He clearly has no interest in arguing at a time like this. He lets out a cold snort and turns to the doctor with a questioning look.
Miss Liang has cleared the unknown arcane skill that was afflicting him. His physical condition is stable, but I fear there may be some long-term effects on his mind. He seems to be suffering from a severe thought and memory disorder. It would be best to keep him asleep.
Doctor, when will he wake up? Can I speak to him?
For now, we suggest against it. It may cause him additional distress to see someone familiar to him. We fear there might be memory loss.
What? How? What should I do now? With his mother gone, I can't take any more of this.
Madam.
The woman looks as though all the strength has been drained from her body as she slumps into a nearby chair. The young opens her mouth to offer comfort, but can't seem to find the right words. Zhou's gaze sweeps past Potier before settling on Liang.
So, who's a little China's kid? Did the DAA give you a sidekick to do your job for you?
Oh, okay, smartass.
Forget it, lah. Listen, if you are not going to do your best to help these people, then it's better you just to stay out of my way.
Liang looks to Potier with a questioning gaze. Potier shakes her head and sighs, gesturing for her to come closer before handing over the hospital's diagnosis.
When they first brought him in, there were remnants of the Arcanum riddled through his body. It might have gone a long way to proving he wasn't in control of himself, but I guess anything definitive has already faded away. The doctors couldn't isolate a cause. Worst case scenario, they might not believe us and have this poor guy shoved off to the funny farm.
Liang clenches her fist and looks toward the woman curled up in the hospital chair, quietly sobbing. She looks so small against the oversized seat. Finally, Liang steps forward and crouches beside the chair. After a brief hesitation, she reaches out and places a hand over the woman's. Zhou looks surprised.
Madam, please. You need to stay strong for your husband. They've brought in some of the best doctors from the Laplace Rehab Center. If there is anyone that can help him, it'll be them.
In a way, it is a promise with no real guarantee. A statement that could almost be considered a lie. But even lies have value when a person needs to hear them. The woman hastily wipes her tear-streaked face and lifts her head.
He said that he was going to buy produce from the wholesalers. But I couldn't reach him. And then the police called. My husband is a good man. Everyone knows that. He will never do something like this. Please, miss. You have to help us.
The woman grasps Liang's hand tightly in hers, her fingers trembling. Her hands are gentle yet rough, etched with years of hard work, the kind of hands earned through long days and nights of striving for a better life. Another good thing. No, here. Just look at her outfit here. Yeah. In her palm, she could feel the woman's desperate, burning warmth. It is so hot, she feels it could scorch her. Liang takes a deep breath.
You can rely on us, ma'am. We'll find out the truth behind this. I promise you.
She gives the woman's hand a firm, reassuring squeeze.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are our only hope. Please.
A little exaggeration, but sometimes a lie can become the truth. All it takes is someone willing to make it so. Yeah. He knows something. The door to the ward is shut behind them. After a moment of silence, Poirier tilts her head.
Rookie mistake, Princess. Never make a promise about something you don't get to decide on.
I'm sorry, Miss Poirier, but I only mean...
Hold it. I didn't say we weren't gonna do our best.
The words she was about to say no longer serves any purpose. Instead, Liang does something Poirier has never seen her do before. She smiles.
Thank you, ma'am.
Not so fast. We still need some solid evidence if we're gonna crack this case.
But where to begin? It seems like there were no obvious clues beyond what we were seeing. Mr. Wong had no enemies, and was well loved in his community. If that's the case, then it can't be a simple motivation. Still, something sticks out to me. When I ask about any recent events or happenings, it wasn't Mrs. Wong that answered. It was...
Mr. Shaw. Poirier already knows where this is going.
Joe. Yep. Our private eye with a chip on his shoulder against the DAA.
Yes. He mentioned that there have been strange things going on around LA's Chinatown recently. According to my notes, he mentioned there were children that suddenly became distant and unresponsive, young men that began showing signs of memory loss, and an otherwise healthy elder that rapidly developed signs of dementia, absent-mindedness, empty despondence towards family and friends, memory loss. It all sounds very familiar to Mr. Wong's condition. But no one thought to bring the matter to the police. I also spoke with the nurses here. They said they've also noticed an increase in patients from Chinatown complaining of confusion and memory loss. I guess once again, no one thought it was serious enough for our attention.
Poirier's expression darkens.
Well, what you thinking, Cadet? Are all these cases related? If it's as widespread as you're making it out to be, we might be in over our heads.
Even so, I think we can't overlook it as a possibility. Arcane skills that directly affect the mind are rare, but they do exist. I've read of similar cases in the Vigil's archive. One of them, as I recall, had very similar symptoms to what we're seeing here.
The young's brow furrows again.
However, if there were some criminal intention behind all of these symptoms, what could it be? Or could it be an accident? Maybe a child with a powerful arcane skill who can't control it. Or some unregulated and dangerous arcane objects. We can't draw any conclusions without more evidence.
The two officers look troubled. Then, as if something has clicked in their mind, Poirier's face lights up.
Arcane objects. Isn't there a department in the Foundation that stores and records dangerous arcane materials?
Yes. At the headquarters of the Foundation. And its official name is...
Any guesses?
The Arcanum Containment Department.
Okay.
voilà. Je crois que je suis arrivée.
I can't believe you're still here. Sorry, I almost choked on my trick when I got surprised. She scared me. That stupid smug look in her face will always haunt me, no matter what.
C'est bien plus lumineux et spacieux que je ne l'avais imaginé.
I can't believe you're in this chapter too. Give me a moment. Alright, then we got some more stuff here. Let's start with this. So, saving lives. He's a doctor who loves doing his job. Seeing you hurt gets him a little giddy, that's all. A poster. So, welcome to the Little Plaza Rehabilitation Center, where the world's leading hospital specializing in Arcanum. Whether you are suffering from Arcanum-related injuries, cursed with bad luck, and after an argument with your neighbor, it seems like more advertisements here and there. And I'm not going to read most of these times here. Alright. Then, the voices on the street. Okay. Alright, turn on the TV. Yet another musing. Last night, the Night Piercer struck again, attacking the convoy, transporting the infamous Johnny 3 times. 2 officers were knocked unconscious during the attack. However, Johnny 3 times was seriously injured and remains in critical condition. Insiders say citizens clashed with the convoy earlier that day due to dissatisfaction over Johnny 3 times' light sentencing. Later that night, Night Piercer struck, seemingly enacting a vigilante justice on behalf of Johnny 3 times' victims. Public support for the Night Piercer has grown since. Skipping that. Stars are right, the scumbag deserves a pricky end. Yeah. I think following the law is important, but honestly, the way Johnny 3 times got such a light sentencing feels off. Who, me? Are you asking me? Oh, sorry, miss, but you haven't happened to see CO7, have you? Oh, no reason. I thought this was one of those prank interviews that they've been doing lately. How should I put this? Right. Alright, let's move on to the 6-1 Secret Warrant. And it looks like we just got into Chinatown. I think. You know, to be honest, I was going to think of a title to put on this video.
Des armoires et encore des armoires.
And I think it's going to be screaming at me because when I saw that, I thought myself Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. But I loved that movie, by the way. If you ever liked that movie, you better leave a like in this video here, because if this video reminds you, or this event reminds you of that movie, you're going to like this. I mean, Arcanum stuff, you know?
Qui est responsable ici? J'avais l'impression que c'était un département important, non? Où est la sécurité?
I mean, you can't go wrong with the classics, right? The ever-curious Matilda weaves her way through the rows of filing cabinets. She has read about this department in books detailing the Foundation's history.
Le département contient tous les objets connus qui ont produit des phénomènes dangereux ou mystérieux liés à l'arcane. Certains disent même qu'il contient chaque mystère arcanique résolu et non résolu, jamais enregistré. Et bien sûr, le plus grand mystère de tous les temps, la tempête, les défie toujours. Comme c'est le cas pour nous tous, il semble que chaque département sont désormais tournés vers l'étude de la tempête. Il y a peu de temps pour ces énigmes plus triviales.
Her footsteps echo through the empty department, and the odd sense that she's being watched settles over her. Silence can be comforting, but it can also be unsettling, a breeding ground for loneliness, dredging up long-buried unease. Such is the life of a hikikomori.
Je me demande comment va maman. Madame Z a dit qu'elle la surveillerait, mais toujours pas de nouvelles.
I still want to know who her mother is. We all know her first name, maybe, I don't know. But there are events that lead it to what's going on with her mother, I think. Was she missing? I don't know who she looks like. Was she famous? Who knows? Or was she affected by the storm in some way? She finds herself pausing, her gaze lowering to the ground. But only for a moment.
Non! Ressaisis-toi, Mathilda Boaniche! C'est ta maman, la plus grande mère de tous les temps! Qu'est-ce qui pourrait bien avoir mal tourné?
I mean, don't jinx it, Matilda. With renewed confidence, she picks up her pace, her pale ponytail bouncing behind her.
Maintenant, sa fille la plus remarquable est en train d'accomplir une mission importante pour la Fondation. Contrairement à certains autres qui ont consacré leur temps précieux à des vacances au nom de réveiller les jeux douloureux.
The arrogance is strong with this one.
On espère tout de même qu'ils réussiront à rendre ces jeux aussi grandioses et sublimes qu'ils disent qu'il était dans le passé lointain, ou sinon...
Just as she passes another set of shells, something catches her eye.
Everything's fine here. Now on to the next rep.
What? Who are you? Who are you? You're cute. Yeah. Are you the librarian? The record keeper? I don't know who you are.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
What is it?
An excellent question, miss. See that serial number on it? AN003. A water sample from the Peilin River. Number 003. There are hundreds of thousands of samples, collections, and records here. But no matter who you ask, this particular one will always make their top list.
Why is that? Is it water from a contaminated resource or just a rare water? I don't know.
Collected in a remote city in China. When the investigators arrived, they found that it had been isolated in time. All its inhabitants dressed and lived as if they were from the late Tang Dynasty.
Oh, it's a part of China that's got turned into a Tang Dynasty. Stopped in time. Okay.
They were completely unaware of the state of the world beyond their lands. As if trapped in a time capsule from the forgotten past.
Kinda reminds me of Notes on Shiori. I think that's what it was.
Oh.
The liquid inside the vial is clear and pristine, less like river water and more like a perfectly liquefied gemstone. Matilda can't help but stare in fascination.
But how is that possible? Did no one ever leave the city? Not even to travel or do business?
You're a clever one, miss. Yes, it seems the investigators were confused too. In the end, they realized that an arcane skill was affecting the Peilin River.
I knew it. It is Notes on Shiori. I'm not sure if I recorded that, but that was a very weird line. Like, here's the premise. We find out that some people, for some reason, were turning into horses. I am not kidding you. People in that city, at night, someone turned into a horse. Then we find out that 2 people were actually spirits of the Peilin River. Some mix of horse, zebra, and tiger. Actually, you know what? It's a mix of tiger and zebra. And this is where I can't remember his name, but he is some sort of harpy variant species. I can't really remember the Chinese language word for that. I don't remember.
Sadly, it seems the arcane energy was dissipating by the time they arrived, and they weren't able to figure out its cause. This is the only sample they were able to recover. Laplace has been begging for access to it. They're eager to unravel the mystery.
How long?
Wow, that is indeed a most intriguing claim.
It's not just a claim, miss. It's real. Wait.
Can you tell me who you are?
Miss Matilda Boaniche?
And she knows you. The careless young staff member only now seems to have fully recognized Matilda's presence.
You've heard of me?
Oh god, here we go. Feeding the ego.
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't heard of the Boaniches and their star investigator daughter? Didn't you know that everyone's been talking about you since you joined the Foundation?
I'm pretty sure.
Actually, my mother and I went to visit you. Oh, but I haven't introduced myself.
Please, tell me who you are.
Constance Scott. I'm a fellow graduate from SPDM.
Your name is Constance Scott, so you're going to be known as Scott.
Of course, now, I'm just a record keeper here.
God, he doesn't know. Sorry. It doesn't seem like false modesty. Every top student of the SPDM was granted the honor of having their names inscribed in the school's Hall of Fame. But Matilda has never once come across that name Scott.
Actually, I've been looking for you as well, Miss Scott. Commissioner Pedra asked me to give this to you.
A letter? What's it about?
I couldn't say, but he had a most unpleasant look about him as he gave it to me. Then he asked me to review my report on the events in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Are you alright? Your face has grown quite pale.
Huh?
I'm fine. I just have a bad feeling I know what I'm about to read.
I am not sure. Be brave, little one. Be brave. You still got your job. Having bid farewell to Matilda, Scott makes her way to a secluded room within the department, the letter clutched in her hand. She carefully closes the door behind her, and with one last glance around the room, opens the envelope. A single sheet of paper floats out from within, one carrying a heavy message.
The investigation has been concluded. Unfortunately, their findings were exactly as we feared. The suspect must be apprehended ASAP, and all efforts must be made to retrieve this arcane object before either cause further trouble. You must leave immediately. Her last reported sighting was in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Okay, so it is as someone feared. An object was stolen? Brought to Chinatown. Okay, looks like Liang was right about one thing. I like an orange.
Sorry, could you say that again? Ji Ma Wu? And that means paper horse dance? Okay, I got it.
喂，老細，今日仲有冇燒肉啊？賣晒啦！今日切條叉燒，整到半隻白切雞啊！
Wait, hey look, it's Daft Punk! Just kidding.
Daddy, look! There's a dragon on the floor! That's totally cool!
People speaking in many languages meet and weave around each other on the crowded avenue. Liang wanders among them, stopping every now and then to take it all in.
Welcome to Chinatown. How do you like it?
Yes, it does give me a certain sense of nostalgia. Do you come here often, Miss Boydier?
I mean, I guess the famous duo of the music world just came by to Chinatown once and now and then. Look at that.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, outside of work, it's been a while. 3 years or so.
Only once in 3 years? I don't think you can consider that often.
Potier waves a hand, glancing down the lively streets on the either side.
Yeah, well, it's a fun place for a day trip, sure. But things are different when you put on the uniform. Remember that private eye back at the hospital? Joe? You can get an impression about how people see the police around here from him.
You mean that the residents here don't cooperate with the Arcane Affairs Division?
Well, it's complicated. There's a lot of language and cultural barriers. Folks here just don't turn to the police to solve their problems. Even when they do, we feel like we have no idea where to start. The thing that surprised me the most was how arcanists of all kinds and humans live so closely together here. I guess it's the same in China, isn't it? I remember this one time, we had a call about a break-in. When we got there, it turned out the shopkeeper was a big white bird as tall as I am. And this other time, we're chasing down a lost puppet for some lame-ass puppeteer. Anyways, so I asked an old lady if she'd seen a doll nearby. You know what she said? Well, I don't know what she said, but she started going off about me being a Laowai.
Laowai.
Now give me some credit. I might not speak Chinese, but I do know Laowai means foreigner. So excuse me? Like, I'm American, baby. Born and raised.
Sorry.
She's chuckled. Liang knows she should remain serious, but she can't help but be tickled by Potier's indignation. Potier shoots her glare, but then heaves a quiet sigh.
That's not even the half of it. The thing is, I don't hate it here. Although I can't say I love Chinatown very much either. To be honest, most of us on the force haven't found a way to make inroads with the people here.
If that's the problem, why don't we try to understand things step by step? Maybe then we can start fresh? We're here anyway.
Liang turns back and examines the archway. At the beginning of the road, they have already been in this other world for a while.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. If we're gonna get anywhere, then we'll have to start here. But we need to check another task off our list first.
A random alleyway. They cross the street and turn into a narrow alleyway.
Should be right there, down the alley. Feeling excited, rookie? We're about to pay a visit to your favorite director, Noir.
You serious?
Favorite? What? No. I just like the movies, that's all. I've got no specific feelings for the director.
Liang can't hold back her rebuttal, but under Potier's teasing gaze, she stops herself.
Maybe just a little. I am curious about the mind of the director behind such great movies, but this is strictly a police matter, so I will act with professional self-restraint. Actually, I've made a request with the Vigil's intelligence branch for a file on Director Noah and any related events. We should get it soon.
You've got a file on her already? Feels like you're going a bit overboard, Rookie.
I mean, overachiever maybe.
It wasn't actually the director that called us. Her assistant did. Later on, Noir herself contacted us and said the so-called threat was just a misunderstanding.
How odd.
Normally, we'd leave it at that. There's too much real crime out there to bother with a case where the victim doesn't think anything happened. Still, according to dispatch, the assistant was real spooked over it. The operator got the feeling we should give it a second look, so they kept the file open. But look, this is just a follow-up and an excuse to come down here. So keep your mind on the real mission.
Got it, ma'am.
The scene from the Division of Arcane Affairs yesterday flashes across Yang's mind. After leaving the hospital, they immediately returned to report their findings and highlight the dangers of lurking behind Chinatown's strange events. But higher-ups had a different take on things. Let me see. Don't waste your time at Chinatown. Partner.
It's been reassigned to the local precinct.
Potier stands in the doorway to the deputy chief's office and shakes her head. Liang immediately catches the subtle shift in her expression.
What's wrong? What does that mean?
Nothing, kid. It's just most of the force aren't trained to deal with arcane crimes. Don't get me wrong. They're good, capable officers, but I'm worried. If this was any other case, I'd keep my mouth shut. But come on, this is clearly our department. This case has Arcanum all over it. I don't think they know what they're getting into.
For a brief moment, neither speaks. Then Liang's eyes light up.
Miss Poitier, I have an idea. What if we...
Shenanigans?
We prioritize Noir's case, which just happens to put us in Chinatown. So there's no harm in asking a few questions about our other investigation. I knew there was a little rebel in you, Liang. You like to bend the rules, just not break them. Am I right?
Not too often. Actually, I think we're obliged to take Miss Noah's case seriously, even if it wouldn't help us with the other case. Please wait a minute. It's my communication device.
Liang pulls out the communication device, often criticized by Foundation employees for being too bulky. Poitier leans in to get a better look. Her chameleon comb perched on her chest stretches its neck in curiosity. Really? Vigil Cadet.
SBF-1 portable contact device activated. You've received a new message. Downloading attachment. Download complete. Please check your mailbox.
Okay, so I see daily work and registration, investigation support application, and emergency support application.
Message? What's it about?
It's from the intelligence department. They've found her records. Miss Noah is registered with the Foundation. There might be something in her files that can provide us some clues.
She opens the pinned email and scans through the attached files. Her expression turns serious.
Wait, is this...
Ow. Well, I guess I'll take a break for a moment. BRB. Oh, before that, let's look at Piece Together. Humans are natural editors. Piece together the ideal memory from mere fragments. So we're gonna diary. And, oh, it's Matilda. Although I don't usually keep a journal, I had to record today's encounter. I met, oh wait, that's not, that's not Matilda's diary. I think this is Scott's diary. I met the great Miss Matilda Borniche. Still remember that summer, my mother lectured me for an hour before we left and then another hour during our journey. I thought I was following her instructions perfectly. I was dressed perfectly neat, my greetings were memorized word for word, but that moment I met the Borniches, I froze solid, too nervous to say anything. Even adults can get stage fright. So how was it fair to give her own daughter the cold shoulder for it? A smile or a pat on the back from Mother was all I needed to finish my greeting without fumbling. Thank goodness for Lady Beryl. She knew what happened and her gracious words salvaged the situation. I didn't disappoint my mother after that. I'm sure of it because the rest of my memories of that visit were pleasant. Lady Beryl's warm smile and Matilda's energetic chatter. Matilda could be as noisy as she liked and still win her mother's approval. How I envied that much. But Lady Beryl, for some reason, I can't remember what she looked like. Now I understand Lantham's frustration. Being Matilda's mother, I could imagine a matured, refined version of Matilda, minus the childish energy and, oh right, without the hooked nose. That's my mother's trait. And I'm going to do Rookie Actor's Guide. So I'm assuming we're at the studio, and we're about to meet with Noir and Camera, Loggerhead, I believe. So remember to keep the cameras hidden. That's the secret to filmmaking.
Whose is this? It's blocking the camera sightlines. Get it out of the way. When are we coming in? We've been waiting forever. I wish I brought a chair.
What's going on? Are they filming another movie? Do you see anyone famous?
At the end of the alley, in an old abandoned house filled with camera equipment, crew members and actors go about their business, drawing curious glances from passerbys. One particular figure catches Liang's attention. Someone strangely familiar.
Oh, is that today's lunch? Mind if I take a look?
Hello, Loggerhead.
Not now? Fine.
That's that odd person I saw at the hospital. She works for the Foundation.
Who? You mean Camerahead over there? What do you mean by odd? You think she could be a fake?
No, she's a real Foundation member. I checked her information as well when I inquired about Miss Noah's file. Her name is Latham, an awakened arcanist, currently working in the Arcanum Containment Department. I wasn't given any access to her details, but based on our encounter, we should have no problem with her.
Good. Fine. I'm happy enough leaving the Awakened to their quirkiness.
She isn't their top priority, Liang notes that. She pushes aside the odd feeling for now, following Poitier through the crowd and onto the set.
What do you mean she hasn't eaten yet? Director Noir's doctor was explicit that she's not allowed to skip any meals.
Oh?
Oh, hello, officers. How can I help you?
The well-dressed woman walks over to them.
We received a call from a Lin Wang. Did you make a report about some unknown person making physical threats and stalking Miss Noir?
Yes, that's right. I'm Lin. But...
Upon hearing their purpose, Lin hesitates, glancing uncertainly over at one end of the set.
We did it! Abby, you're here!
Cut.
At this single command, the actors freeze in place.
No. I'm afraid we'll have to roll that again.
I'm sorry, Director.
The young actor's body stiffens instantly. Based on where he's standing, it's clear that he's only a background character in the scene. But Noir, seated at her throne-like wheelchair, the overseer of everything, didn't miss his mistake, no matter how minor it was.
Not at all. I just want more emotion this time. She's your true love, but you have been apart for a long time. Things are different now. She is. You are. Your reunion must be more complex. It isn't simply happiness you feel. You must mix that emotion with worry and guilt. She doesn't know anything about what happened to you. You can't help but worry that she will never be able to understand you. You wonder if she has got herself into any troubles. I know this is a short scene, but the audience must see a full range of emotions. You are capable of more. So I know you attended drama school, so let's see that training shine. I know you can do it.
Oh, I actually kind of skipped that one, but oh well.
Yes, Director! I will try my best!
Simply being noticed by the famous director is enough to leave him visibly flustered. He immediately straightens up, shedding his nervous stance from moments before.
Good. Let's roll it again.
Excuse me, Director Noir.
Seizing this moment before the next take, the assistant swoops in and whispers something to Noir. Noir glances toward the two officers, her face betraying no emotion. It's impossible to tell what she's thinking.
For someone that famous, you think I'd have known she uses a wheelchair. How you feeling? Finally getting a chance to meet your favorite director. Thrilled?
Potier nudges Liang with her elbow, tilting forward a little as she teases her. But when she sees Liang's face, she pauses.
What's with the long face, kid? Where'd all your excitement go? Oh. Is it about the message you got?
Yes. It's just something that's bothering me.
Before Liang continues can explain, the subject of their discussion rolls toward them in her wheelchair.
Thanks for coming, officers. But I believe I've already explained that this was all just a misunderstanding.
I kind of like how the look of hers here. Now, I know she's in a wheelchair, it's fancy here as well, but look at what she uses. Is that a living puppet, though? Creepy. But I like creepy.
As you can see, I'm in perfect health. Well, ignoring these two.
She pats her legs with a cheerful laugh. It seems the director has no qualms about her physical condition, though it's hardly the kind of joke anyone can comfortably laugh along to.
But according to your assistant, there's been someone stalking you for months, and they've recently sent you a threatening letter. So what? That all just misunderstandings too?
I'm terribly sorry for inconveniencing you, officers. Lin is a very dedicated assistant, always looking out for me. She may have just overreacted to my situation. I don't mean to brag, but I've been in the limelight for long enough that I've seen my share of crazy fans. I'm used to it.
Sure, I get that. But about that letter you received, do you still have it?
Noir lets out a wry chuckle and shakes her head.
I'm afraid I don't have it anymore. I received so many letters. Most of them friendly, some of them not so much friendly. I've made a name in this industry, and a few enemies too. If I paid any attention to the negativity, it only dragged me down. I tend not to keep the bad ones around. While I'm sure you would do a fine job keeping me safe, officers, I can't let myself worry over it. Besides, what are they going to do? Break my kneecaps? Frankly, the only thing I am worried about is that your presence is another distraction for my crew.
She casts a grateful and perhaps apologetic look around the rest set.
So, it's very much appreciated that you went out of your way to check in on me. But I have a movie to make. I can't disappoint my fans. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're burning daylight and I still have 4 more scenes to film. These Hollywood producers may have opened doors for me, but they also give me so many problems lately.
Yawn. She smiles at the officers as if to signal the conversation's end.
Is this really just because of her movie?
Noir has already begun to turn her wheelchair away, but Liang stops her in her tracks.
Pardon me?
You seem to be refusing our assistance because you've decided this threat is only a harmless prank. You've decided that it's worth the risk to focus on your film. I don't mean to judge your decision. It may be understandable in some cases.
She moves closer, lowering her voice as she leans in to deliver the next sentence in a hushed voice.
But if this threat is not just a prank, if it is serious...
Am I sensing disapproval?
Noir narrows her eyes a little and raises a hand to halt her approaching assistant. This is a good sign. Liang has earned the chance to talk for at least a little longer. She pushes aside her conflicting emotions and carries on in a voice only the two of them can hear.
There has been an increase in patients coming from Chinatown showing signs of mental instability. Their symptoms include confusion, amnesia, drowsiness, and volatile anger. None of the patients seem to have anything in common. No prior history, all without a clear cause. Does that sound familiar?
Sorry. Is this leading somewhere?
After a moment of thought, Noir shakes her head, her calm face carrying a perfectly measured hint of confusion.
A case. 8 years ago.
Sorry, everyone else in this one.
He Rizhi, the scriptwriter for your first big hit, Detective CO7. She burned to death in her own house.
Oh?
However, the cleaners found a film reel in the debris, surprisingly intact after the fire.
I mean, coincidence. That pause. She knows something. Liang has been watching Noir's every expression. She doesn't miss the fleeting shift in her eyes at the mention of the film reel.
Strange, isn't it? Every other item was burnt to ash, yet this one 8mm reel was as good as new.
Very odd indeed.
The cleaners felt the same way. So, being curious, they played the reel. 3 of the 5 who watched it ended up in an asylum. 1 jumped from a building, and the last, according to the reports, became like an empty shell of the person.
And what's happening here reminds you of that?
There are some commonalities between the cases. I can't ignore the possibility that they are related. 2 in particular stand out to me. The similar symptoms of those affected. And you, hard to shake the thought that these are not coincidences.
Whispers spark among the crew as they eye the secret conversation.
What are the police still here for? Are we gonna get back to filming? Who knows? But it doesn't seem good. We are losing light here. Can these guys wrap it up already?
These murmurs, of course, don't escape Noir's and Liang's notice. When she speaks again, Noir's tone is far more direct.
Is that an accusation?
No, not at all. I'm just hoping you might be able to shed some light on our case. After our initial investigation, we officially recorded it as an ominous Arcanum incident and determined that the cause was that 8mm film reel, which contained a film titled Reunion of the 3 Swallows. To this day, however, the exact nature of the Arcanum hasn't been conclusively determined. We still aren't sure why it has this strange effect on people's minds, nor why the damage appears to be irreversible. Perhaps more importantly, we still don't know the origin behind the Arcanum on the reel. There are many possible causes that might create such an effect. One of the most common thought is from absorbing powerful emotions from an Arcanist. The darkest emotions possess the strongest power. Anger, hatred, emotions so strong that they can outlast their bearer's death. Like a curse from beyond the grave, carrying out their last will as an obsession. And in such cases, these objects are sure to lead to disaster. I believe that this film is, undoubtedly, one such cursed item. If it is the case that this film was involved in these new incidents, then we must find out what obsession it's carrying out and find a countermeasure.
I assume you're already on the case.
Indeed, I am, Miss Noah. I've been studying the report on the original case, including some of the theories of the original investigator. One of the theories suggests that, despite your collaboration on the CO7 series, there were many points of conflict between you and Miss He. In fact, the reports mention you had a violent quarrel with her on the day of the fire. There was even a question about whether you might have been responsible for her death. So, as you can see, I have more than a strong reason to believe you are connected. And if this cursed reel is behind these recent incidents, I'm afraid that you may be the intended target of this curse.
Cursed objects, cursed film reel. This is the Grudge. Well, except film reel, it's a videotape. But let's go on with post-launch questioning. Alright. I like this one. The first principle is that what you see is real, but it might not be the truth. It looks like we're at a restaurant, and I think that's Scott right there. What's she doing there? Ooh, a restaurant. I see.
Hot damn, rookie. Who could have guessed the famous director would be a part of her own real-life thriller? After talking to her, we still got nothing useful to go on. I can't read anything behind that smiling face of hers. But if your little theory has got any truth to it, then Noir is in real danger. So why not talk? Isn't she worried about her own life?
Probably not. Portier channels her frustration into her food, devouring most of the meal in the blink of an eye. As she swallows the last shrimp dumpling, oh, that sounds so good, she turns to look at Liang, who's busy chatting with the restaurant owner.
是吗？原来对面杂货店那家的女儿也……
就是咯，最近都不知道搞什么，好多街坊家里都出了事。老卢家还算好嘞，他带着女儿去看中医，抓了药，吃了一段时间就好了不少。但是对面街口马仔，他阿妈就麻烦了。那个阿婆原本就身体不好，忽然间又变得疯疯癫癫。他们两公婆都担心死了，之前都有个靓妹来问这件事，说什么事情不太对路。哎，我说呀，就是临近年关，那些污浊的东西都出来了。
您说还有人打听过这件事？那是什么人？
他说自己是什么新科学什么鬼事务所的。好像是个神婆，刚来到唐人街这一带。
An exorcist from the Neoscience Exorcism Office. I know who that is, and she is my favorite character so far, Lanan. I think that's her name.
他还给了我一张卡片，印得怪马了个，不过不知道被我放到哪里去。
Now Mel almost makes perfect sense why she's here.
原来如此，多谢你。
As Liang returns to her seat, Portier shoots her a questioning look.
So, any progress?
I have some bad news. First, there are more victims than we expected. Second, we're not the only ones who've noticed. We need to hurry if we don't want this case to attract wider attention.
Why don't we start with the director then? She seems like our best lead.
Having cleared the decision closest to her, Portier pulls the jar CU buns from the other side of the table.
I've got a hunch her case is connected with this one. Just like you said, there are too many coincidences to not dig deeper. That writer, what was it? Huh, Ridgewine? She's an arcanist, right? No surprise that she'd imbue that film with all of her final bits of hatred. I've seen a dozen cases like it. Cursed objects are weird as heck. It's definitely possible that it could have chased Noir all the way here.
But there isn't any evidence that corroborates the rivalry between Miss Noah and Miss He.
Hold on. Didn't you read that in a report by another Vigil? Maybe it's only hearsay, but that's something. Not only that, get this. I did some digging of my own. The night that cleaner leaped off that roof was the exact same night that Noir was in the car accident that left her legs paralyzed.
Ooh, yeah. Now we know the cause.
It gets freakier. According to the reports, they happened within minutes of each other. And the building was less than a block away from the scene of the accident. How's that for evidence? We've got a saying in the DAA, Cadet. When it comes to Arcanum, there's no such thing as coincidences.
With this declaration, Portier pops the last jar CU bun into her mouth.
Whether coincidence or not, it isn't much to go on. We need evidence.
Of course. We can't just leap to accusations without proof. But when it comes to arcane crime, you've got to follow your hunches. So keep your nose to the ground.
Portier notices the dejection on Liang's face, and sheepishly sets down her chopsticks.
I get you. This isn't just about evidence. You don't want to point the finger at someone you admire, but you've got to pursue this. Even if that means you have to separate the artist from their work.
Liang remains silent for a moment, picks up the chilled lemon soda from the table and takes a sip. Oh, that lemon soda sounds good.
Actually, there is another reason that I'm not entirely convinced that Miss Noah, the film incident, and the events in Chinatown are connected. In fact, it's quite a substantial reason. If our records are correct, the cursed reel was found and contained by the Foundation 6 months after the initial incident, which means, unless something has gone horribly wrong, it should still be safely stored within the Arcanum Containment Department.
What the? A sharp crash interrupts her words. The two turn toward the sound. Ugh.
Oops, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh god, it's you. A bespectacled girl fumbles with a napkin as she hurriedly tries to clean up the shattered dish she just knocked over. But her sneaking glances toward the two officers don't escape their attention, and the shiny emblem on her chest tells them exactly where she's from.
Well.
They exchange a puzzled look.
If I remember it right, you mentioned earlier that you saw someone from the Foundation acting suspicious yesterday.
Yes. Like the lady over there. She also works for the ACD.
Guess we'll have a talk with her.
I agree, Miss Baudier.
They rise from their table and approach the girl. Rough interrogation, y'all? Oh no. Why are we fighting? Okay.
Time to verify my new hypothesis.
What is this? Why are you fighting her? Is something the matter, officers? You seem to have overheard our conversation. Was there anything in it you might know about? We welcome any leads you might have, and even offer a reward for helping solve the case. No, I didn't hear anything. This is all happening so suddenly. I have urgent business to attend to. Please understand, officers. There's no need to worry, ma'am. You seem a bit flustered. Here, why don't you come sit down and we'll have a nice chat. Yes, I am sure there's a way we can help to be of help to each other. By beating the living hell out of you?
Have any regrets? Behold the phenomenal world.
I choked on my spit.
Listen to the melody of wind and waves.
Yeah, we one-shot her. Oh no.
Another birth nearing perfection.
Yeah. Under Liang and Poitier's relentless questioning, the suspicious Foundation member ultimately surrenders.
All right, I'll tell. But only to you, since you're Vigil, but she isn't, right? Sorry, I should really only disclose this info to other Foundation members.
She shoots a cautious glance at Poitier. Poitier says nothing, simply raising her chin at Liang in approval. Liang follows the girl out into the empty alley. After verifying Liang's identity with her communication device, the girl gives a final glance up and down the alley before talking.
There's no one I would trust more than a Vigil, Miss Liang. I'm here on a mission for the Foundation, and you might be able to help me with it.
Okay.
September 1990. A female arcanist committed a serious assault and caused a number of casualties. She had appeared at an illegal gathering held by the Order of Enlightenment, a subordinate organization of Manes Vindicte. The Timekeeper encountered her and confirmed her identity. Anjo Nala, a Beyond Arcanist. Born sometime in the 19th century, she was sealed inside a wind-up toy in the year 1968. Since then, she has become a lethal weapon that must obey whoever possesses her toy. But back in 1985, I mean, the real 1985, that toy had been safely stored in an Arcanum Containment Department as a dangerous item.
Until it was stolen.
You were involved in that particular inventory check. There are 4 additional items that are now lost aside from number 066.
4 items. Okay, so the wind-up toy was one of them. And I'm thinking the film reel might be as well.
the circumstances of the last storm, and that devastating spell threw our whole organization into chaos. However, there's no excuse for failing to uphold our department's most crucial mission. Fortunately, it appears that our break-in was committed by a single culprit.
Single culprit, huh?
I heard what you and your partner just said. It's about all the weird things that happen in Chinatown, right? It was my mission to catch Latham and retrieve all the arcane objects she'd stolen before they caused more damage.
Wait. You mean Latham? Loggerhead?
But I guess it's already too late for that.
The meaning behind these words is crystal clear. There is no room for Liang to feign ignorance.
Then you're saying that...
Yes, the cursed reel from the incident you mentioned was among the stolen items. And you said that you have some clue about its current whereabouts?
The cursed film reel, Reunion of the Sweet Swallows, is in Chinatown. The weight of this revelation sinks heavily in Liang's chest.
I was told to operate under strict secrecy. But at this point, the faster they're retrieved, the better. So, shall we work together?
Scott takes a notebook from her pocket and pulls out a photo tucked inside.
Our main suspect is Latham, an awakened arcanist.
Oh, they're too cute together. Liang can't help but look surprised when she recognizes the other girl in the photograph. But Scott seems to misinterpret her reaction.
It's hard for me to believe she'd do this. We were colleagues and close friends. I used to call her Loggerhead because she's the most forgetful person I know.
Huh.
At first, I refused to believe she could do such a thing. I still don't understand why. She's not the kind to be greedy. But the Vigils investigated the theft thoroughly. And the Vigils are not the kind to make mistakes. You've been here a few days already, right? Have you had any word about where she might be?
Scott's brow furrows, her expression torn between hope and fear, as if she wants confirmation while equally dreading to hear the truth.
Sorry, I haven't.
She shakes her head. Scott's expression visibly relaxes.
Oh, what a pity.
She's lying. I guess she wants to know the other side of the story about that, though, yeah? Aye. Alright. Alright, got another one of these things here. So let's begin reading. A confidential record. Alright, let's read that. So, investigation record Noir. Noir, female arcanist. Her arcane skill allows her to manipulate inanimate objects within a defined range, designing them as actors. Born in Hong Kong in 1950, graduated from USC School of Cinematic Arts in 1972, later worked at what would eventually become known as TVB. In 1978, she began collaborating with independent production companies to produce low-budget films. Released her first film, Muddle, in 1979. Established new art company in 1980 and began working on the film Direct Detective CO7. In 1983, a car accident left her paralyzed from the waist down, allegedly tied to the film incident. Why is there a 1 there? For more details on the film incident, please refer to the attached documentation. Alright. I know for the fact that there are, I think I took a look at it and there were like 22 things there. So I'm gonna go for 11, if I can. Catch that speedy hamster, unnamed dessert. Or I could just do 9 parts and that's about it. Maybe.
Have a good day.
Before the owner can even say goodbye, Liang has yanked Potier out of the front door.
What's the rush? I haven't even finished my noodles.
We can eat later, but we need to find Miss Latham now.
Wait, hold on. I'm all for chasing down a crook. But why do I get the feeling you didn't tell your Foundation friend about your run-in with Latham? What's up? Why are you keeping her in the dark?
That's true. That's one of my questions.
I think that something isn't right about her.
What, the Foundation?
I've been to the A City before. To most, it might seem defenseless, but it's actually heavily protected by arcane rituals.
Ah, okay. I see the red marks.
According to Miss Scott, Latham acted alone. But there's nothing in her file that would suggest she's capable of that. Her arcane skill level is frankly far from remarkable. Even with insider knowledge, I don't believe it's possible she could have bypassed the security system and escaped on her own.
True enough. Coincidence.
Either Miss Latham has blamed the Foundation for fools, or she has more powerful accomplices. That leads me to another thing. This mission is not something a typical Foundation staff member would be assigned to, as Miss Scott claimed to be. There's something we don't know.
You're saying that girl with glasses lied to you?
I would assume.
Maybe. Or that she was being lied to herself.
Or that too. Liang pulls her SPF-1 contact device from beneath her cloak. A few simple taps and she turns it around to Poitier to see.
There was another thing I found while searching through Miss Latham's files. Or rather what I didn't find. There were no warnings or notices on her employee records.
You mean she's not actually wanted?
No, I don't think so. Miss Scott said that their department wanted to solve this problem in secret. So I thought that might explain the reason Miss Latham's warrant wasn't on her file. However, when I tried to access more of their records to double-check my findings, I ran into a block on Miss Scott's records.
Restricted access?
Access denied. You do not have permission to view this information. If you need access, please contact your supervisor.
A warning symbol flashes on the screen.
It could just be because I'm only a cadet. There are some files that I don't have access to yet. I contacted my supervisor, but I haven't heard anything back. I don't mean to distrust her, but I can't hold anyone above suspicion.
Poitier shifts her gaze from the device's screen back to Liang.
And what about me? You're putting a lot of trust in me, Liang. Is it really all right that you're telling me all this? A dangerous item stolen from the Foundation, and possibly an inside job at that. That's a scandal in the making. You could have just lied to me, make up some kind of story. It's not hard for a smart kid like you.
Liang gives Poitier a puzzled look.
Why would I? We're partners, Miss Poitier. Hiding information from you wouldn't be right. You told me that yourself, didn't you?
She's learning.
Me?
Yes. The first day we were on duty together, you said you need to know what makes me tick.
I did, didn't I?
Poitier seems a little dazed. Liang looks at her, sincerity behind her eyes.
I've reconsidered it, and you're right. During my training as a vigil, our instructor emphasized many times that trusting our partner was of vital importance. And you, Miss Poitier, have proven to be capable, decisive, and compassionate. I have developed a deep respect for your work. We share the same goal, to discover the truth behind the incidents happening in Chinatown. I can't think of any reason why I shouldn't cooperate with you.
Aww. Sweet.
All right. Enough. I'm blushing already.
Take the compliments. She can't handle the compliments. Aw. Cute. Alright, Poitier cuts Liang off, almost flustered.
Damn, girl. I didn't expect my meek little mouse to turn into this.
Yeah, she's good giving you the riz.
This what?
Forget it. You've made your point. Now stop it.
Poitier waves a hand, signaling the conversation's end.
But you kinda missed my point. I'm worrying that the Foundation is gonna punish you for leaking classified information. Won't you get in trouble?
Though I may be a vigil of the Foundation, before that, I am the descendant of the Liang family. I'm obliged to do all that is necessary to fulfill my destiny. And given the circumstances, I think providing all relevant information that might assist us in catching the thief and retrieving the threatening arcane objects is worth bending the rules. Just a little.
Despite her conviction, Liang can't help but hesitate a little.
Besides, I'm not under any orders to keep this a secret, so...
Cheeky. And you say you don't like bending the rules. I see you, boo. And I like it. Come on, let's work this out together. partner.
And what's this? Hotel room. Who's living here?
Which one is my room again? Oh, right. I wrote it down. Let me see. There it is. I almost went too far again. Now the key card. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Home sweet home. Oh, I'm exhausted.
And they're waiting for her, huh? The camera-headed girl freezes in place. 2 officers standing in her sweet home.
Latham, right? It's been a while.
We have some questions for you. Please try to cooperate.
Liang steps forward and closes the door on her behalf. Well, looks like this is going to be a hard interrogation indeed. And this interrogation is going to be absolutely funny to me. Alright.
You don't want to get on my bad side, kid.
What are you doing in my room? This is a serious criminal offense. Get out of my room or I'm calling the police. The phone, it's right here in my hand. No need for that. I am the police. What? You're that Vigil from the hospital. I was sure I had shaken off this person. So what do you want from me? I think you already know the answer to that.
It's perfectly understood.
What's a veteran without his gun?
That thing's done like
I'm having this on auto because I don't feel like I want to
I got it in the loop. Oh, so that's what happened.
I never get
Perfectly understood.
Too bad.
gentle blow.
And with that, we quickly subdued her.
Although we come from different lands.
When an unsuspecting prey steps into a carefully laid trap, the outcome is already decided.
All right, fine. I'll tell you everything. It was me, okay? They said I stole those arcane objects and sold them for money. Well, maybe I did. Ouch!
What? As she speaks, she backs closer and closer to the wall behind her until she smacks her oversized head into a window ledge. A particular word in her statement makes Young tilt her head.
What do you mean, maybe?
Because, actually, I can't remember it.
Which explains why she's called Loggerhead.
I can't find my memory film for that time, so really, I just don't know.
Right. It's because she's a camera that she uses film reel to store her memories.
Memory film.
I get it. This so-called Loggerhead girl, unawakened, isn't exactly a tough one. Within 30 minutes, she has spilled everything. Yet despite this seemingly ideal result, neither of the officers look pleased.
So, to summarize what you just said, Latham, you're an awakened piece of a movie projector, which forms a Latham loop. You were designed to play movies, not record them. And that's why you suffer from severe amnesia. You can only recall things that happened within the last 3 days. And after that, you'll forget almost everything. Do I got that right?
I guess so.
And okay, never mind.
You guess so?
Poor dear's sudden questioning startles the girl. She shrinks further into the corner, wedging herself between the window and a nearby chair.
I can see why that friend of yours calls you Loggerhead. You deserve the name. What is going on here?
My head hurts.
It's understandable. Awakened arcanists often suffer side effects related to their origins and materials, but still, this is quite unusual, to say the least. So, she has no memory of what happened 3 days ago, or even any of the cases she was involved in. So then, she's basically useless to our investigation.
I mean, not if you could find her memory film.
I can only imagine what a disaster it would be if you showed up in a Detective CO7 movie.
That'd be funny.
Hey, that's rude. How come I'm a disaster?
The girl, mustering what little courage she has left, waves her metal fist in defiance. But her feeble resistance has no effect on the officers. After sighing and using as innocent, they exchange a glance.
What do you think?
I've made a request for Miss Latham's detailed records, but I don't think she's lying. Back at the hospital, the best lie she could come up with was a hamster riding a stethoscope. I kind of doubt she's a master manipulator.
All this chicken, and yet you fell for it. And yet she falls for it. Alright, so I'm going to end that part there. So thank you all for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give this video a like or dislike. And if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to support it. If you enjoyed my narrations, my commentary, my gameplay in general, the games I play, any casual and comfortable vibes I bring to the video, and if you really like my videos, please consider clicking the like button on any of my videos. I would love for you all to check them out any way you can. If you enjoyed any of my videos for so far, let me know in the comments if you have anything to say about each of these videos in any of my videos. I tried my best to keep up with the stories of each of them because of my favorite games I play so far while dealing with things a lot. And so far, I kind of like the whole, we're in Chinatown here, and we're getting into this, some sort of vigilante mystery here, crime-related things. Now we learned that Loggerhead might be involved in some theft, but she can't remember because she is a camera, and she only has 3 days worth of memory, either being stolen. I'm not too sure. So, I did enjoy watching the Liang Yue's, I guess, character development as well as her abilities. I may try to pull for her as well. I did once in the beginning of the video, and I guess my luck is not that great. But I'm more interested in Noir's character kit here. And yeah, probably in the next video we're going to be doing probably 9 more, I believe, because I know it's going to be more than more parts in there, here and there. So. And, of course, I'm muting this part as well because I'm not sure if it's going to be copyrighted. So, like I said, and with the issue like I had with the previous other videos when dealing with the Last Evenings on Earth event, there was some copyright issues. That was resolved now. Only some parts of the countries can watch it, which is funny. So, I'm not too sure if this is copyrighted or not. So, that's why I'm muting it just in case. Or at least the ending. Or at least my outro. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in new videos, so peace out, and have an awesome week.